Hello, 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 and welcome to Noemi, Oracle Priestess Bear of Victory's channel. And for those of you who already know me, what's up? And for those of you who don't, welcome. So we won't spend too much time on the fact that this is the first time I am on camera with my face. It's random, just like a lot of things that are going to happen in the energy this week. Today is Teaching Tuesday, therefore, Teaching Tuesday. I am literally just going with the flow of whatever it is that we're going to do. So hopefully we'll just jump into the presentation and we will be pulling on the energy for Teaching Tuesday, but also the veil is very thin. So, I mean, for a lot of you, you're going to feel a big difference between your feelings and emotions from last week to this week, but I feel like the veil is completely gone. Um, some of you may not feel that, so you could be in varying emotions. And sorry, I'm looking at the mess I have back there, and I didn't think about it. I just was like, they were like, just put on the camera, let's go. Like, we don't need a special shirt, we don't need a special hat. We're just gonna go. We're leaving. So I don't know if that has anything to do with any of you on a new path, on a new beginning. But let's go ahead and let me share the screen so I can jump into what we're going to be talking about for Teaching Tuesday. All right, let me find the screen before I do that, because that probably will be easier than like, like making you guys crazy. I do not have my glasses on, so you'll probably see me squint. I apologize. All right, let me try to share now. Hello, just want to share now. I'm telling you, I have issues. So for those of you who want to start something new and you're scared because you don't know how to work things, let me tell you, I didn't even have a YouTube. When I started doing YouTube videos, I didn't even have the app of YouTube. Let me make sure my volume's up. Okay. All right, so I need to integrate this and then share my screen. So let me do that. And then I'm pretty sure I have to press that other little thing. And then we go to 12. If you want to see the whole presentation, I did do it for the first episode of Teaching Tuesday. Anyway, guys, so we did chakra blocks last time. And today we'll be doing, which is very fitting for the veil being gone. Some of you may feel like it's thinning, some of you may feel like it's gone. I totally feel like it's gone. I feel like it's been gone for a couple of days. So please make sure that you are protecting your aura. You are protecting your space, your emotional space. You could be going through a lot of emotional turmoil during this time. So make sure that if you don't have any, I don't know, like if you don't have any, protect yourself, essential oils, holy water, just praying, Psalms 91:1 is really good, especially praying that over your children. So number 4 is watchers and observers attachments. It's very critical for that to be something that came up. So, my team, the Most High God, Holy Spirit, always guides us in the way that we need to be. And so it just seems like to me, it's perfect that today, it being a couple of days before Halloween, that we would be talking about watchers, observers, attachments. So many of you are on some sort of spiritual journey that you're already initiated or at least accepted in some kind of way. You're not really sure what's going on, what's happened, how you got there, what's going to happen. Do you even understand what's going on? And so that that's okay. Some of you come here and you're like, I just want the reading. That's okay too. But let's talk about watchers. Okay. So watchers can be spiritual watchers. It can be people in your life who often, I don't want to say commit, but they're in your life to orchestrate spiritual warfare, to keep it going, to make you feel like you're losing your mind or the things that you choose are not adequate or good for you. They often talk you out of things, or they also have a lot of judgment or something to say in your life. Um, and oftentimes, this is very spiritual. Sometimes these are just tests that were sent. Those people come in, they go out, they show us our worth, they help us. Watchers can sometimes be teachers because they are in our energy for a little bit and then they go out after we learn our lesson. But a lot of watchers have been put there to kind of stop us from going further in our journey, in our lives, in our mission. So it's oftentimes people who, seem to be helpful, but then we find out they're talking about us behind our back. They seem to be helpful, but we find out that, um, the advice that they gave us actually made things worse. And so these are people that I often say have the power of suggestion in our lives when it's in the 3D, when it's in the physical, right? So, spiritual watchers, it could be ancestors of low vibration, it could be any from family curses from the past. Because a lot of you who are on spiritual journeys at this moment in time, depending on where you are, you've either realized you were the curse breaker, which also equates to the breaker of cycles in your family. You're always doing something different than them. So, we have these things in our energy, of course, because, Lucifer, Satan is always looming to stop us from to breaking those cycles. So we have all these things going on, and that would go more into the observers. We have good observers. We have observers that are not so good that tempt us. And so how do we keep them out? We keep them out by you could envision a circle of golden light around you. Envision a circle of white light around that golden circle, and then pick a ray. So I always use the Archangel Michael ray, which is um, an indigo blue color. And I just imagine that. I have a lot of clients that I would say are considered watchers or observers in my life that have been sent to kind of throw me off on my mission. It can be people that you work with that you're like, man, I feel connected to this person, but like I don't know why I can want to keep talking to them. Like they don't really help me, but why do I keep wanting to talk to them? So they do those effects. Now, also attachments to previous relationships. So previous sexual relationships. One of these days we'll get into the conversation about sex magic. We won't be talking about that today, but um, people can actually be doing these kinds of things even when they're not intentionally trying to keep you stuck. If there's a person that you used to be with that thinks about you a lot and you're wondering like, why do I keep thinking about this person? Those could be attachments. You can have attachments from past life things. And that's in particular a lot of things that we do come here with that is basically a part of our life mission is we go through all these things that prepare us to do what it is that we are supposed to do, but then we still on our own have to do our shadow work. Our shadow work has to do with really understanding the dark side of ourselves in order to make sure that we are operating our lives in light and love. But without that darkness, we cannot really enter in to what it is our mission is. And some of us straddle both worlds. Okay. So, and that's usually how it That's where the yin and the yang come in that we talked about a couple weeks ago. Okay, so how do we get rid of these attachments? How do we know if somebody's watching us or observing us? Think about what I just said. Who are those people in your life that are really not helping you to the next level? Let them go. Block them for a while if you feel like you need to answer them. Some of these observers will really be people who are like, what? Why didn't you answer my text? Or how come you haven't called me? You didn't answer me. Because they're kind of really taking from your energy, siphoning from your energy. And also, spiritually, sometimes you could feel like somebody's watching you. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And you could hear like noises sometimes. I don't know, that may be for some of you. That definitely can happen. You just protect yourself. If you are more advanced and you understand demonology, you understand that a demon cannot possess you. A demon cannot come near you or be in your presence unless you invite it, unless you give it. So you could just be like, yo, get out of here. I don't want you here, and protect yourself. A lot of you have a very deep um, spirit team and also an entire ancestral bloodline that's working with you. If you don't know what that is, leave a comment down below. I can explain it in another video, or we can talk one-on-one about it. I'm happy to help with these kinds of things. Now, so in order to kind of like, because I love getting to the root of things, but also I love protecting myself from anticipated or predictable things that could happen. So if I'm talking to someone, and usually what watchers, observers, attachments really use are is the power of suggestion. So the power of suggestion is so strong, right? Example, I call up someone that may possibly be a watcher or observer in my life, and that doesn't mean they planned it out. Okay, they may be planted by the Most High God because God can use anyone and anything in any situation to help grow us. Okay, so I'm like, girl, or hey, bro, like I am so struggling with my relationship right now. Like she's tripping, or remember, guys, I am old, so my language is not gonna be like everybody's lingo. But I'm gonna just go with the flow and be me, right? So anyway, so like and then you have whoever it is giving you the advice that you've called that could be a watcher or observer. They're going to be like, you should leave her. She ugly anyway, or she's not good enough for you, or something like that, without really, sometimes people allow you to vent and then they tell you that so you can feel better because they validate you. But then they say something like, well, why don't you guys talk about it? Why don't you guys try to work it out together? Why don't you guys pray about it or something? So that type of situation, that's okay. But in a situation where this person's constantly being like, oh my God, why would you stay with a person like that? Blah, 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 blah. And even though they could be a good person in everything else, it's just the power of suggestion is so dangerous because it helps Satan and Lucifer do their jobs, right? So, I mean, instead, when you are going to try to give somebody advice or somebody gives you advice, take what they say with a grain of salt and then figure out in your heart space, in your discernment, what you need to do. So that's one way of kind of creating that boundary. So create boundaries about any personal issues with someone that you may suspect that's a watcher, observer, or you have an attachment with. Putting boundaries in place. If you never had boundaries before, you have them now. If you have boundaries, maybe you want to strengthen them and really just make it a rule across the board that you're not going to share that type of information with anybody. It's just co-creation with you and the Most High God. It keeps things, and it also teaches the other person like how to treat you and like what they can get away with you. Um, Energetically, Sandalwood, burning sandalwood, taking a couple deep breaths. If you really need an aura cleanse that you just feel like you can't do it on your own, especially if you're crying a lot during this time, because this time the veil, excuse me, during this time the veil is completely gone. We have no protection between the spiritual world and the earthly realm, right? So it's all together. Now we have people of the highest white light also coming through, but we also have darkness and portals that are enticing us to not only break relationships that could be helpful to take us to the next level, but also to self-sabotage. The light is helping us to bring out our shadows so that we can look at them, so that we can really celebrate who we are. But it's not going to feel like that. It's not going to look like that. And so that is why using your eyes, your two eyes that are on your face, is not going to be a good thing. It's going to be more or less using your third eye. And that's why taking three deep breaths and really just, tapping in with your spirit team, your ancestors of the highest, brightest white light, and asking for help, asking for advice after you have protection. Drink a lot of water. I help people with different ceremonies of, like number two, the parasitic cords can come from the attachments part of watchers and observers. That is more of a deeper session that we would have to do. But, you can work on these kinds of things on your own. You can write a letter, you can journal about it so you can release it. But the thing behind protection is your intention. You have the power. You have the wisdom. You got this. You just have to be able to understand how to separate these things. And sometimes people need one session to understand, like, oh, okay, I just need this to put in perspective. And some people, they just listen, they meditate, they pray, they tap into, their spirit team, and they're all good. So remember that during this time, it is a time of the rise of the divine feminine, and a lot of rapid things will be changing for a lot of you all at once. At first, it's going to seem like a lot of things are going to be crumbling down, and then things are going to just swoop in, kind of like what's been happening with Mother Earth, like a hurricane. Okay. Some things may turn into tornadoes. Some things may become earthquakes in your life. So, whatever's happening with Mother Earth is going to happen in your life. But the best way, I feel like, if you are a Bible reader, go to Psalms, see where the Most High God is leading you, to what scripture. And then if you are a Bible reader or not, it just depends on your meditation and prayer practices. I can only give you the example of what I do, but you need to do what you are called to do. So in the morning, I usually am woken up and I pray. I pray for you. I pray for me. I pray for the world. I pray for the universe, for peace, love, and abundance to illuminate all of us in Christ consciousness. At night, I also reflect upon my day. I pray, I meditate, and there's so many things that I want to release and work on, but I take it slow. I pace myself because there's things that come up that I want to transmute right away. And then there's things I'm still working on that I will always be constantly working on my shadow. And so that's something to think about. It's not going to go all away, but you can strengthen yourself and strengthen your aura and strengthen your emotions, and also get rid of those chakra blocks by making sure that you are attentive to what's going on, because knowledge is what's important. Now you know what to do. You just have to implement it. And sometimes that's the hardest part of it, right? So, I hope I helped you in some kind of way when it came to that. We're going to go ahead and jump into Teaching Tuesday message. And let's see who your Spirit animal is I'll pull a spirit animal for each one of you at this time for each zodiac sign, so it can make it easier. And you want to look those up. If you want a spirit animal reading, you can actually also contact me for that. But call on your totem, call on your spirit animal, call on your totem, whatever comes up during the reading, we will see. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this screen and go ahead and go to the regular screen. And so we'll go ahead and see what the message is for Teaching Tuesday. Okay, let's see. Archangel Michael, please protect me as I channel the energy for the collective on Teaching Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. It is 1:07 p.m. where I am located. Remember, protect yourself from entities that you may be feeling that are looming around you. And if you're not really sure, like I said, leave me a comment down below and I will be happy to talk about that. Let us see what the Most High God, Holy Spirit has for you, Ascended Masters. All right. And we can go ahead and go just a little bit down so you guys can see what's happening here. So we have Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Raphael is the archangel who brings the green ray for healing, mainly, but also other things, okay? So we have the number 4, Archangel Raphael, make sure you're prioritizing your health. And like I said, at this time, it's your aura health, but also some of you could be having some health problems during this time. It could be too that you have to understand that your aura and your internal health are go hand in hand. Okay, so keep that in mind. Sorry, I'm gonna move that. Okay. Then we have perspective, zoom out and relax, right? So we were kind of talking about that already. We were talking about how things affect you and how you need to just relax, take a step back, and be your own observer. We talked about watchers, observers, and attachments. So look at it from the perspective of not being fearful or like being like, what is she talking about? Like, that sounds really crazy. But trust me, everything is energy, everything is alive, everything is interconnected. The air that you breathe, the chair that you're sitting in, the plant that's in the room, the environment. But we've become disconnected from that because we were born into a world where everything was already set, but nothing is ever set in stone. And so we have this kind of yearning for certain things that we don't understand why we have that yearning. So it's about the perspective of things, right? So you have health, you have perspective, and then you have Archangel Jeremiel, signs, symbols, and synchronicities, right? So that is amazing. This is the first time I've ever gotten this card, but this is about the divine feminine archangels, divine feminine empowerment. You're going to be seeing signs and synchronicities. At the beginning of the reading, it was random. Things just happened. I had a sign and synchronicity that said, you are to show your face. I don't care what you're wearing. You're not, because I for the last couple of weeks, I'm supposed to, get on here, share my face, and, just introduce myself. And I kept like thinking, okay, once I get my hair done, once I get this done, da da da. And today they were like, no, you're doing it. So it's the sign and synchronicities were very, very clear. And I did it. And so I've been getting a lot of sign and synchronicities about a lot of different things. And here you go, New Earth. And that is why it's so important to keep your aura clean and your aura, constantly clearing your aura and making sure that you are if you're not really on a spiritual journey and you're just here to see what's going on, well, what's going on is it's the clearing of the past. It is the reinventation of the feminine energy and tapping back into exactly who we are and what we came here, because a lot of things were lost in translation, lost in social media, lost in relationships, lost in just in general, anything that you've lost because of a path that you took that may have not been something that you chose is being restored. So there's a sense of restoration during this time. Okay. New earth, share your gifts. Um, so let's see what the final message is for that, and then we'll go into the spirit animals. Okay. Let's see. Cherish your sacredness. Connect with nature if you haven't started to do that already. So that's going to help you along your journey right now. Cherish who you are, cherish your sacredness, cherish what it is that you bring to the table, and ask for support. And that's what we were talking about earlier. And you see kind of like how the colors are the same. You see how it's kind of like an interconnectedness. You have your own reason for being here. You have your own divine purpose. So make sure that if you're not sure, you're asking the Most High God for help and for protection during this time. Because a lot of you are automatically protected, but during the time that the veil is completely gone, you want to be asking for support, especially in the times where you're feeling really sad, where you're feeling lonely. You may want to get out if you're stuck in the house. You want to make sure that you're connecting with nature. You want to make sure that the sun is being absorbed by your body. So just to make sure that you're taking those steps and doing those things and making sure that not only are you healthy inside, but you're healthy outside on the inner aura sense, in your organ sense too, because one thing actually um, flows into the other. It doesn't have to do anything about really weight management or what you look like. It more has to do with, hey, you know, the things that I am consuming, I could do better. That's fine. But are you drinking enough water? Are you taking walks? Or how is your energy level? Things like that. Okay. And as I say that, I get very thirsty. So, Aries, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the spirit animal. Aries, the spirit animal for Aries. Who is the spirit animal for Aries during the time that is guiding them? Who is guiding position number one? You have the wolf and the hawk getting things done. Fire and air. So you may want to look these up, whichever resonates with any of you. You could be moving from the energy of the wolf to the energy of the hawk. Things happening, things really taking a move because you've put things into action. Okay, so that is for Aries. Let us see what we have for Taurus. Oh, sorry, I have to put this back because some people could have the same one. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. I'm so sorry for that noise. Let us see. What do we have for Taurus? Well, we have the elephant and the butterfly. So some of you are definitely remembering your life and looking towards the future, and that your life is transforming completely, rapidly. You have no idea. Like you went from a cocoon to what are we doing? So you're kind of right now catching up. So utilize the energy of the elephant and the butterfly simultaneously. I don't think this is an if or this is an and, elephant and butterfly, and see how you can channel that. And that'll tell you exactly where you are during this time, especially for your career and your protection. Okay. All right. Let us see for Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? What do we have for Gemini? We have the number 16 for Gemini as well. So that could be something important. Ooh, Gemini, the Scorpion. Things are happening. They're going to happen quickly, but there's something that's going to really set your ass on fire. I mean, that's just how that's what I feel. Um, and your divine masculine energy, woman or man, it doesn't matter. It's really going to start balancing out with the feminine energy, is what I'm feeling like. But people better watch out because you're on the move. You are on the move. Okay. Right. Let us see. Who's next? That was number 3. Number 4 is Cancer. Position number 4, Source, Holy Spirit. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. The golden egg. A lot of you are in the stage, it's an esoteric stage, the stage where you are straddling both worlds. And this is going to be the energy for most of you. Even though it's, Cancer, it goes by number, position number 4, the stage, you can see it as kind of like the stage of um, where you are in your journey. There's a lot of guidance, as above, so below, kind of thing. And so things are working itself out. And there's going to be a big surprise for you very soon. There could be feelings of you're feeling like a void, but that void is going to reveal itself. Okay. I don't want to take too long. I'm sorry. Okay. So, if you want an extra read, and I'll try to expand on these, but I can't promise it. I've just been so busy, and depending on the energy, if the energy is dark, I won't do anything like too dark where I can't get through it. When you're um being in energy, is kind of like swimming. All right, so number 5 would be for Leo, spirit animal for Leo. Let us see. Spirit animal for Leo, please. Oh, that is way too many. But they're letting me know that oyster, the world is your oyster. You have so much going on. Also, I have a feeling of a person that really, really, really kind of like waits too much. Um, because they want things to be perfect. But we also have the energy of some of you who are barely going on their energy. When I see this deer, I see a fawn, a young energy, a childlike energy. Okay, so to get things done, you must be in a childlike energy. I think that your spirit animal will differ. And I think it's going to be the last two because we have the cobra. Okay, we have the cobra turned over and we have these two right here. Okay, just like you can see, but I don't want the light to be dimmed. Okay, so don't dim your light. Don't allow things to dim your light. There could be something in your energy, and also this is a transformation energy. So a lot of you are in creative things that are happening right now, and you're trying to pinpoint your start. So just do it. Okay. And then we have the bear, the wolf, and there's actually something else. So you may have something that surprises you or something that comes in threes. Okay. So we have all water. So we have 2 water, no, 1 water, we have fire, and we have earth. Interesting. The bear hibernates, So the bear is one spirit animal. We have the wolf and we have the adder. Take what resonates for you. If you want a personal reading based upon your spirit animal, let me know. But the bear, the wolf, the adder, that's going to be different for some of you. See what resonates for you. Number 6, that's going to be Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? What do we have for Virgo? What do we have for Virgo? All right. Virgo, you have buffalo and hawk. So you could be working with an Aries during this time, but go ahead and see where you have water and we have air. So the spirit guide of the buffalo, some of you may even have the totem of the, so you may want to call on the hawk to protect you, to help you, to guide you, to be your eyes for what's to come. And you can do this during a meditation. All right. So that's Virgo. What do we have for Libra? Libra, that is position number 7. This also can be for a lot of you during this time. Okay, let us see. The dragonfly. The fun fact about the dragonfly is that the dragonfly has 2 sets of wings, and they say that the second set is your guardian angel. Your guardian angel is always with you, and the dragonfly is transformation, but also helps to get things done. And we have the power of air, of being flexible. So go ahead and look that up and see what that means to you, where that fits in your life. Call on the spirit animal of the dragonfly. It also helps you with your watchers, your observers, because that's what we were talking about. So your guardian angel is here for all of you. So that is where the spirit animal or your totems come in, because they could protect against any observers or watchers. All right, so that makes a lot of sense why they wanted me to pull these cards. All right, so we're going to go to position number 8, which position number 8, I believe, is Scorpio. And we are in Scorpio season. All right. Ooh, water, which makes a lot of sense. We have the shark and the shark's ability to wait. So let's see what the shark is going to bring in for you. Did we already do Libra? Yes. So there could be something that you're waiting for when it comes to a court case, because I felt some sort of justice coming in, or you finding out about something that somebody did. Okay. So let's go to number 9, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. I do feel like Sagittarius, you are in the energy of a leopard or something that has spots on it. Okay, so you're hunting, you're looking, you're waiting. Let us see. Let us see. You have the raccoon, water, and you have the octopus, water. So you're really much in your emotions, and we got fish, water. So yeah. Huh. So you have the raccoon, and you have the octopus. So you want to see where that is. And I'm really feeling like you need to move of these. What do you like for them to move into for Sagittarius? Definitely work through those emotions and then get a little bit more grounded with the bear. Some of you are moving towards it. So the energy seems to be shifting right now. Let's see for Sagittarius. What is the shift? What's the shift? Yeah, that makes more sense. Transformation and Ouroboros, okay? Because we have the mouse. That makes a lot of sense. So good. The energy is shifting for you. You may want to look into the snake and the mouse as your energetic spirit animals, the bear. But a lot of you are moving out of that. A lot of you are moving out, using your emotions to move on. Number 10, we have Capricorn. Capricorn, what are we going to have for the spirit animal for Capricorn? Teaching Tuesday, Capricorn. All right, let's see. The moth makes sense. And the moth is the light for a lot of times. We are Capricorn, you are the light for others. You're feeling a bit organized right now, but you're not feeling too lost, maybe a little bit flighty, but you're trying to be more flexible. So go ahead and work with the spirit animal, the moth, to get you through this time, and you'll be able to move into a more fiery time during Scorpio season. Um, you're not going to be able to see what's coming, but you're going to be able to trust what's coming. So the moth is preparing you for that. Okay. So let's see for number 11. Number 11, which is Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius? The hummingbird. Quick, quick, great hunter, but also shares with others, shares of its nectar, shares of its enlightenment. And you want to look this up. You may want to meditate upon the hummingbird, and it might be loved ones that are really showing you the way right now. You may see loved ones in hummingbirds or birds in general that come to visit you pretty often, okay? Let us see for Pisces. What do we have for Pisces as their spirit animal? What is Pisces? Eye of the tiger. I don't know if that means anything for any of you. What do we have for Pisces? What do we have for Pisces? We have the bear. What else? What else? We have the whale. What else do we have for Pisces, please? What else do we have for Pisces? Mm-hmm. The gazelle. This was the hunter's moon. The hunter's was pretty sure it was last week. You could be feeling much, much different, much more shifting, and you're constantly shifting every single day. The whale is here to really kind of take you down a notch, but also take you down into your emotions so that you can get grounded. Because a lot of times, Pisces, you must get into your emotions and then come out of them, get grounded, because we have the bear. You could be working with a lot of different energies at this moment in time. And your spirit's animal is the hyena. Okay. You have the full moon, you have the quarter moon, and you are halfway to whatever your goal is. So you can use your spirit animal during this time to see where it fits for you, because a lot of people aren't on their journeys, the bear, the whale, or the hyena. Um, but for most of you, the energy of feminine energy and empowerment and seeing where you are. Be careful during this time. Be careful what you dress up as. Be careful with all of your intentions for others. And if you're feeling sad or you're feeling, like things are not going well, you may want to reach out to someone and just tell them how you're feeling. Okay, so share those feelings. Please pray and pray for protection. What is your last message, Holy Spirit, for the collective today for Teaching Tuesday? Let us see. Let us see. Yeah, please focus on perspective. Perspective, zoom out and relax. No matter what it is that you're doing, even if I know a lot of you work a lot of long shifts, if you can take a vacation, if not, whatever the situation, change the perspective, because that's going to change the energy. That will help you with your shift. Your spirit animal will help you with moving forward, with you understanding how things will fit for you, and things will be exactly as they should be. You can get through this. Please like, share, subscribe. You never know who you can help. And thank you so much for watching. I am very grateful for all of you. And like, hey, um, yeah, I'm looking forward to um, tomorrow. And thank you for sharing in your energy. And really just, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. All right, be well. Bye.